Madam Secretary, you won't have to answer in writing. I yield time to you to answer. You may answer now.
On the last
Yes.
question.
Yes, answer now, please.
Yes. Well, the Financial Stability Oversight Council has discussed risks in connection with open-end mutual funds, particularly bond mutual funds, where there can essentially be runs in situations where those who move first in these open-end funds are able to get better pricing than those who wait until later. And this creates a financial stability risk similar to the kind of risk that exists with money market mutual funds that has long been a subject of FSOC attention. And the FSOC has not been involved in advising the SEC how to address those risks, but swing pricing is a way to reduce or eliminate first mover advantage and to diminish the odds of runs that can lead to fire sales of assets that can have contagious effects throughout the financial system. And we saw this occur when the pandemic struck in March of 2020, and it was a reason that the Federal Reserve created a facility to try to stem those runs.
I thank my friend.
Thank you,
Mr.
Madam.
Green. I thank my friend very, very, very much, and she's used far too much of your time.
I'm going to have to continue with my time
Yes,
now. Please
thank you
forgive
very
me.
much.
Unless the chair is willing to accord me additional time.
The gentleman has 3 minutes left.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Madam Secretary, thank you for your service to the country, and I also thank the President. I believe the President, working with you, you've done an outstanding job. I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm not ashamed to associate myself with you or with the President. Madam Secretary, in your testimony, the written testimony, you indicate that while we were able to avoid default, the United States once again came dangerously close to the line. You indicate further that this cannot be normalized. You're saying here that waiting until the last minute hurts our global leadership and credibility on the world stage. Could you, in about 1 minute, give me some more information on how we are harmed on the world stage by waiting until the last minute to deal with default credit?
Yes, I mean, the United States has the world's deepest and most liquid capital markets, and U.S. Treasury securities are the benchmark for pricing of virtually all securities that are traded in financial markets. And the dollar is, of course, the world's key reserve currency. And all of that rests on an assumption, a belief that the United States is committed to paying its bills when they come due, that we are a creditor that deserves a AAA rating. We lost that rating in 2011 when Congress went right up to the wire in failing to raise the debt ceiling. And even in this situation, one rating agency has put us on negative credit watch. And this is something that threatens our position as a global leader in financial markets, and it threatens the well-being of American households that can see long-lasting increases in their cost of borrowing that come from this. And of course, if we actually did default on the debt, the consequences would be catastrophic.
Thank you. I have but about 30 seconds left. Let me say this. Pakistan is a case study on the effects of climate change. As you know, Pakistan has suffered greatly from the flood that took place beginning in June of 2022. I'm going to ask if you would to use your good offices to help Pakistan. It clearly is in dire need of some aid from the IMF and the World Bank as well. This global warming is something that we may deny, but Pakistan is still suffering. It emits about 1% of the global greenhouse gases. We emit more than 10%, yet Pakistan suffers. Please do what you can to help. I yield back.
The gentleman's time has expired, but in the interest of comedy, because the gentleman yielded time for Mrs. Wagner's answer, I'll let the Secretary briefly respond to the Pakistan question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
We're supportive of the IMF's work in Pakistan, and there is a program that is helping them deal with the devastation from the floods and their pre-existing fiscal and monetary problems, and we're certainly supportive of the IMF's work there.
The gentleman's time